Welcome to 52 Weeks of Storytelling. We are in week 28. This week is all about fireworks, so your favorite fireworks memory. But first, I want to share with you what 52 Weeks of Storytelling actually is. So, 52 Weeks of Storytelling is my answer to how we can share parts of our story, write things down over the course of, you guessed it, 52 weeks. So, this means thinking about one piece of our lives every single week. Now, you can start in right where you are right now. You can go back to the beginning. Feel free to pop in whenever you'd like. If you find a prompt you don't like, feel free to skip it. Find something else. These are all guidelines. So with that, I want to share with you about the journal. There is a companion journal to this video series. The video series does follow along with the prompts in the journal. So we're up to week 28. So you'd be able to find all of the prompts prior to this one on YouTube. The journal itself you can get as a printed version on Amazon, so that is print on demand, and then there's also an option for getting just the PDF in the Etsy store. One upside to having, say, the PDF or the printed journal is that you'll be able to see the rest of the prompts without having to wait for all the videos to come out. I happen to know that there are a few people writing their memoirs using these prompts and videos, and I'm just so excited to be a part of that with them. With that, I want to share with you about the legacy storytelling method. In everything I do in regards to the legacy recorder, we use something called the legacy storytelling method, and it's something I came up with to help people outline their stories and tell their stories and start conversations in a way that is meaningful, impactful, and most of the time pretty easy. So we start with the 5 W's that are who, what, when, where, and why. And why usually is where people get tripped up. For me, it's why did you get to this moment? What happened? What were the forces that brought you to this memory and the things that were happening around it? This leads really well into what I call the digging deeper questions, and these have more to do with impact and how you feel about something, and finally what you want people to remember about this moment. So with that, the weekly writing prompt is fireworks memories. So if you've never seen fireworks, then reframe all of the questions around what you might imagine them to look like, or imagine, or who you'd want to see them with. Again, if this is not something you want to write about, feel free to skip it and find something else. So if you have a favorite fireworks memory, that's step one, is identifying one you want to share about. And just think through like who you were with, what happened, when did it happen, where were you, the why part of how did you get to that moment, and then the digging deeper part. Why is this important to you? What do you want people to remember? And did it have an impact? Did it change something? Did it make you feel a certain way? And how do you feel about the moment now? So that's the gist of what the storytelling method would be in regards to fireworks memories. Now I want to jump in and share my personal story example. So I share a story example every week, just about, of a personal thing in regards to the specific prompt we're using, so that you have an idea of how it could work and how you could ask other questions, other people. So my story example is, so I was pretty sure I had it settled. I do. So once upon a time, so I live in a small town in rural western Pennsylvania, and a couple years ago, which I can't even remember how many years ago now, so a number of years ago, my youngest child is 8 now, and I think they would have been maybe 1 or 2, but where we live, we have there was a huge, I don't know if it was a competition, something. Anyways, it was the largest fireworks show I had ever seen in my life. And what I didn't know at the time was that it was like 3 different fireworks companies that came together, and it was literally like a competition, like who can make the bigger boom. And so we got to witness this in like this really small town an hour north of Pittsburgh. And I've never seen fireworks again like it. So I'm pretty skewed about my expectations of what a fireworks show looks like, which is kind of sad, but also super awesome. So I was with, my children were there, my husband was there, his family, and we were all on the side of a road because the place was packed. And so all these cars were lined up, and we watched this fireworks show, and it was really, really amazing. I've gotten to see fireworks in a lot of other areas, but that one was just magical. So what I want people to remember about this moment is that even if you are, not even if, So it doesn't matter where you are, neat things are happening all the time, and you just have to take a minute to look around and see. So, with that, I hope you have an incredible day. And don't forget to grab the journal. There are links in the description of this video and wherever else you might happen to be watching this video. And yeah, let me know what your fireworks memories are. If you see a social post in the wild, share your story. I want to hear it.